My point has always been to say what I think people believe, but are too scared to say for reasons of either direct political correctness or indirect political correctness. There's a slight difference between the two, and also to make people laugh. I mean, most of my job is to amuse. For that, I usually get called a racist and a homophobe because I have made jokes about black people before, and indeed gay people. But I like to think of myself, in a very real sense, as an equal opportunities cunt, as someone who will offend everybody, including, the people I come from up in the northeast of England, and people who live in Brighton, especially maybe people who live in Brighton, and French people, and everybody. They are all in there. I think everybody has the right to have the piss taken out of them, including me.
I think that's a beautiful thing about the French, in that people say you can't take the piss out of black people or gay people, but French, it's
fine.
It's fine. They deserve it.
Yeah, except it changes. It used to be like that about the Welsh. I tried that a couple of years ago.
Oh, really? Did it turn nasty?
You've got to stop that, boil. They actually called the fucking police. It wasn't even. It was one of the least offensive things I've ever said in my life. I happened to mention that there was a paucity of vowels in the Welsh language, which isn't a terribly original observation, nor a terribly funny one. And they went doolally. And the Welsh Language Society said, it's important we must stick to freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is the most important thing. But. So it's this fucking but.
Yeah.
We must stop people generating hate about our language. Generating hate about your fucking nog language. You carry on with it, Thomas, and your tank engine. Oh, that's Isle of Man, isn't it?
One Isle of Man viewer is now switched off.
Sorry about that. But one bloke, it was he actually reported to the police and said, can we investigate this to see if this is a race hate crime, suggesting that there are not many vowels in the Welsh language. And the thing which struck me was that he was actually the police commissioner for North Wales.
Oh, wow.
And he referred it. And presumably, he should have been investigated for wasting police time. I mean, So be careful. Within a year or two, the French. You'll not get away with the French. We'll be left with having to pick on tiny minority countries,
What, Cape Verde or something?
Yeah, Cabo Verde. Cabo Verde.
You mispronounced the name, and that's
it. No, that's it for me.
You're off to jail.
Yeah.
I quite like that you clarified that it was one specific Welshman, because initially you said they called, and I just had this image in my head of like the whole of Wales.
No, but of course that's the point.
Yeah.
And of course that's the point.
Yeah.
Because I got loads of letters in from people saying, from people in Carmarthen and Cardiff and Rhyl, saying, God, I'm so sorry. When did we lose our sense of humour? So no, of course not. It's that liberal elite with their vested interests who desperately desire a sense of victimhood. And I suppose they are victims because they're thick as shit.